Hi guys, it's PanelHopper here again, and I'm back with my review of Black Adam, a movie that I can finally watch now because it's on Netflix, which means I get to watch it, and I certainly wasn't going to pay for it. So, what did I think? So yeah, the movie I thought about the most when watching this, which I just literally just finished it in the last 10 minutes, was Morbius. And obviously Morbius was the other big 2022 superhero flop that kind of was one of those many death knells for the genre, if it even is a death knell. You know, I'm old enough to remember when everyone was saying that Green Lantern had killed the entire genre, and that was like a month before Captain America came out. But that's beside the point. The point is, I was thinking about Morbius when I watched this, and I was thinking, well, at least this has something to go on that Morbius didn't. So Morbius was exceptionally boring in a way that was very difficult to review. If you've reviewed it on your channel, you'll know. And if you've tried to sit through it, you'll know. But this wasn't that boring. This does have action. It has the Justice Society. But what it does feel like is very confused and extraordinarily outdated. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is, let's start with the needle drops. So the needle drops, which by the way is music that's placed, licensed music placed into a film, is often referred to as a needle drop. So the needle drops were, 15-year-old songs for Kanye West, and Paint It Black by the Stones. These were kind of really generic tracks that you would expect from a superhero movie where you're making a film about a villain who for your purposes of this film is an anti-hero. And that's kind of indicative of the entire film generally. I thought that it was just doing everything that it was supposed to do and nothing original. It felt like it was maybe 10, 15 years out of date. So we've had this problem with Sony Spider-Man movies for a while, where they make standalone films out of villains with no hero to fight to give the villain purpose. This doesn't make that mistake. It gives Black Adam the Justice Society to fight, so it dodges the whole Morbius Craven thing of there's no one really to fight and there's no reason for them to fight. But because it's still doing this guy is in fact the hero, even though he in the comics he's a villain, we're making him the hero thing, you still have the problem of you want to do cool villain things to prove that they are not like a hero, but there's still a hero within the narrative that you've written, so you can't go as far as a villain would go, and you can't do traditional hero things. You're just kind of stuck in the middle. And then this is all kind of hemmed in by just some very strange acting choices. The young man that plays the child doesn't do very well with a very limited role. I mean, he's just playing the child in a superhero movie. It's not his fault, but he's not trying very hard. Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam is just Dwayne Johnson. For all the lip actors get for being kind of having no range, Dwayne Johnson's had it far too easy for far too long. He is terrible in this, and it's just it doesn't work, and it feels like 2 or 3 separate movies smashed together to make it work. Like, when the Justice Society were in it, I wanted to see what they were doing, and it just didn't come up, and I just felt completely kind of bereft of like, every time I saw something that was cool. Like, Pierce Brosnan is excellent in this as Dr. Fate, and the Justice Society plane is cool. It's very X-Men, I'm a huge X-Men fan. And I was like, oh, I want more of this. I want to see more of this. And it doesn't come up because it's not about them. They're there to have little fights on the way to the big fight with the villain, who, by the way, is a CGI monster who has another skybeam. And like, for all the flack that all the other films get, like, this is just too much, too many skybeams, this is a movie that is 10 years out of date, and it doesn't work. That's the short version. It doesn't work. No one is trying really hard. All the cool bits are truncated. There were several times where I thought scenes were missing. I watched this for free, and I'm still disappointed. So God knows how anyone who paid to see this film 3 years ago would feel. Yeah, that's my review of Black Adam. It just doesn't work. Thanks for sticking around. If you stick around this long, please like and subscribe this video. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I've got lots of shorts you can watch, and I'm going to do more Doctor Who content when Doctor Who finishes. I'm going to do a big review of the series, and we'll talk about other stuff as well. Thanks, guys. Bye.